Reality TV star Spencer Pratt is talking about Bentonville. Former Los Angeles mayoral candidate and reality star Spencer Pratt recently mentioned the city during an interview on Joe Rogan's podcast and suggested it could be his new home in the future. Now, Pratt pointed to a program in Northwest Arkansas as something he thinks Los Angeles could learn from. 5 News reporter Taylor Howard went to the Bentonville Square to see what people had to say.
Sweet. My answer is get out of my car.
I just think he should stick to Hollywood. For sure.
You may remember Spencer Pratt from MTV's The Hills. More recently, he ran for Los Angeles mayor after losing his home in the Palisades fire. During that campaign, Pratt brought up Bentonville several times. He said Los Angeles could learn from the University of Health and Performance in Arkansas while talking about ways to address homelessness in LA. Pratt also suggested Bentonville could be in his future if he didn't win.
It's got really crowded and very expensive, and I was looking to be in nature, streams and rivers. I came here, fell in love with it. I'm a mountain biker, so that was a huge draw.
Dunbar is one of the many people who've already made the move from California to Northwest Arkansas.
I think that the powers that be here are creating a type of paradise, really. It would be great if all communities could have the kind of arts and culture and community and services and nature and beauty.
Not everyone I spoke with agreed with Pratt's views, but some said that's exactly what makes Bentonville unique.
I certainly feel like if he did move here, Bentonville is the town that is more welcoming to anyone.
Pratt finished third in Los Angeles' mayoral race and didn't advance to the general election. Whether Bentonville is still in his future is up in the air. Taylor Howard, 5 News.
Thank you, Taylor. Young entrepreneurs put their creativity on display today at the Amazium hosted its Youth Maker Market in Bentonville. 10 teen vendors sold products they designed and created themselves after spending the last 2 months preparing through the Amazium's Youth Makers program. The items on display range from burned wooden art to custom jewelry, 3D prints, and more teen engagement. Specialist Daniel Hart says the environment allows them to test their ideas without the pressure of launching by themselves.
We're taking a lot of the risk on at the Amazium rather than they have to take it on themselves. So it gives them the chance to figure out how to run a booth, how to even just talk to new people. It follows a lot of those social skills. We're learning to communicate with new people. It's really a great chance to get their names out there too.
Participating teens kept 80% of the money they earned from their sales, with a portion going back to support the program. Well, new tonight at 10, Jason and Lacey Carney, the founders of Second Milk, have pled guilty in federal court, ending what was expected to be a weeks-long trial. Now, court records filed yesterday on Friday show Jason Carney pled guilty to conspiracy to commit wire fraud, structuring financial transactions, and 2 counts of filing false tax returns. Lacey Carney pled guilty to misprision of a felony, a federal charge that generally means she knew about a felony but failed to report it. The Carneys were accused of fraudulently using funds raised through their nonprofit, which was created to feed children in Africa. Court documents show both waived indictment. Now, sentencing will be scheduled at a later date. And the Sequoyah County Sheriff's Office announced the addition of a new drone unit, search and rescue and mobile command vehicle to their fleet yesterday. The vehicle was transformed from one of their former investigator vehicles into a versatile response platform designed to support critical operations throughout Sequoyah County and neighboring areas. It's equipped with an onboard generator, multiple work lights, computer workstations, and a cellular repeater, allowing deputies to establish a mobile command post in remote locations and during emergency incidents. Well, Love Over Fear NWA has hosted a Pride event on the Bentonville Square today. Organizers say the event is meant to create a space for LGBTQ community members and allies to celebrate close to home. Gabrielle Crouch with Love Over Fear NWA says she wanted to bring the energy of Pride directly to Bentonville, especially for people who may not want to travel to Fayetteville for other Pride events. The celebration included booths, cookies, free mom hugs, and a chance for people to connect with others in the community. For Crouch, the event is also personal. She says her father came out in Arkansas about 10 years ago and faced hate, lost friends, and was fired. Now, she says he recently married the love of his life, making today feel full circle.
I'm just proud to, first of all, be the one to do this because it feels so full circle. And then I'm also happy because I feel like a lot of people are feeling seen and heard out here. And, you know, the Fayetteville Pride is awesome, but it's an amazing feeling to have everybody, you know, just feel so warm to welcome. So.
Crouch says Love Over Fear NWA plans to keep hosting events like this in the future. And the new Michael Jackson biopic brought in big numbers at the box office since it hit theaters. Now, some MJ fans have seen it multiple times, including one of Jackson's biggest fans, who's from in Little Rock. Jason Jackson impersonates the King of Pop on his TikTok and recently reached out to almost 500,000 views on his Thriller remake. Brooke Buckner got the chance to meet him and see all the work that went into it.
Then I asked my friend Will, like, okay, how much would it take to make Thriller? And he was like, not gonna lie, that's not gonna work in a week.
But after some phone calls and fundraising, Jason Jackson and Will Wofford made it happen, taking his fandom to the next level.
The movie just came out, and so I saw it 4 times. I saw it 4 times in the span of a week. On the 4th time, I was with my friend Marseco, and we were like, hey, this one scene from the movie is actually kind of funny. Let's like just recreate it as we were getting ice cream. So we did it as a joke. We posted it, whatever, and it blew up. So then I was like, let's do it again.
Leading him to this long night in May, where he and his friends recreated Thriller in downtown Little Rock with help from Wofford's production company, Will West Studios.
Okay, perfect. Action!
From the choreography to the makeup and costumes. They call it 90% accurate. Wofford, the director, even got in front of the camera during it.
I can ask John, is there something you want in particular?
We broke the fourth wall many times, especially with the scene between Jason and I where we're actually conversing.
While they both say they're proud of the finished product, they're surprised it took as long as it did to make.
You would think for a 3-minute video that it would take like 1 hour. No, it was an 8-hour run.
And this won't be the last project they work on. Even though it was hard work, they say it got the creative juices flowing even more.
It actually did better than any other video, and it was just very heartwarming.
And now, Jackson's even living up to the name.
At my graduation, when I was graduating and I was walking out, people were calling me Michael instead of Jason, and I was like, I felt a little bit of imposter syndrome.
With friendships new and old to share his passion with.
Through Michael Jackson, we made like a genuine family after that.